Collective, welcome in, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate your support. If you're new here, welcome in. All right, guys. If you were drawn in by the title, there may be some messages here for you, but only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. We're going to start off with the Declare and Decree deck. We're going to start off with the Declare and Decree deck. Okay. All right. Energies are fluid. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. All right. Again, if I didn't say, I hope everybody is doing well. Okay. Let's see what possible blockages need to be released. All right. So we have all fears, known and unknown, are cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All fears, known and unknown, collective, are cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. Write that down and burn it. Okay? All unforgiveness of myself and others are now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All unforgiveness of myself and others. You would write that down, set your intentions, okay? And set fire to it. Fire destroys. If you're new to the channel and you're not familiar with this is spiritual. Okay, it's just a matter of burning and releasing. Releasing negative energies out of your space, right? Off of your person, off of you, right? Releasing negative energies. Burning and releasing. You write it down, set your intentions to release it, put fire to it in a safe place. Give thanks to the Most High Mother and Father, right? For helping you and assisting you with clearing those energies. It's real, guys. It's spiritual, but it's real. All right, past, present, future energies. Only take what resonates with you, leave the rest. Do not try to make messages fit. That is not necessary. Okay? If it doesn't make sense, you cannot relate in any kind of way. It's not for you at this time, and that's perfectly okay. All right? Someone here could feel like someone could want your attention, collective, for one. And you could be receiving recognition for some type of achievement or something like that. Okay. Someone here could be going through some healing at this time. All right. Energies are fluid, and so is time. All right. So we have Temperance coming out, the Wheel of Fortune coming out, Cancer energy, Sagittarius energy. We have the Chariot coming out, Death card, Scorpio energy coming out, Four of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, Ace of Swords, the Lovers, and the King of Wands, Leo energy. Okay, Gemini energy also, Four of Swords on the bottom. I did say someone could be going through some kind of healing. You could be healing from a Three of Swords energy. You could be healing from some type of a separation. Okay? Take it how it resonates. In the past, you may have forgiven yourself. That card came up. Forgiveness of myself and others. You may have forgiven yourself for a situation in the past, or you may have forgiven someone. Okay? Take it how it resonates. But I feel like you have gone through some emotional healing as well as some spiritual healing. Okay? Someone could also be healing their mindset, the way they think. You could be changing the way you think. Some type of belief system could be changing. There's change here. Okay? There's change. And someone could see you as a person that's very healing as well. Maybe you carry a healing energy about yourself. You could be an empath for all, for all I know, you could be an empath. And someone sees you as a very healing person. Okay? And you could be in search of balance right now. Take it how it resonates. Something is definitely starting over, or there's a new start here. You have the Hangman showing up, Pisces energy. You have the Nine of Wands showing up, Sagittarius energy. You have the Queen of Swords, Aquarius energy. The Empress is showing up here, Taurus, Libra energy. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Fool card, the Queen of Cups, and you have Justice. Something's definitely going to be made fair. You've definitely forgiven someone in the past because you decided to change your mindset. You successfully forgave someone in the past. Could have been a fire sign, could have been an earth sign, or a water sign, okay? Someone who held back from you. They could have held finances back from you in the past for whatever reason. They could have held something back from you that was actually yours to have. It could have been something tangible. It could have been money, okay? And this could have caused delays in your life. It's like someone had resources that they held back from you. That could have very well been resources that belonged to you, okay? And it caused delays, setbacks financially. Caused some instability as well. So someone probably held back from you when it came to finances. They held back resources, didn't want to help you maybe. Wanted to sit back and watch you suffer. What? Somebody wanted to sit back and watch you suffer. They held back resources. With the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Somebody wanted to see you suffer. They wanted to see you in lack. Somebody wanted to see you without. Someone here could also have had abandonment issues in the past, and it could have caused them to abandon you as well. Mm-hmm. And if they ghosted you, there was no closure on that particular situation. If you were ghosted by anyone in the past, there was no closure. You never got any closure from that. But it's like someone wanted you to feel left out some kind of way because this is an energy that they carry. It's like a negative trait that they have. This energy of I'm gonna get you before you get me. I'm gonna hurt you before you hurt me. I'll abandon you before you abandon me. And this is a person that lives in fear. This is a person that's very fear-based character, very fear-based energy. a lot of delays. But during that time of delay, collective, I feel like you may have allowed healing to come into your life, like spiritual, it's like spiritual connection. It's like you connected with the spiritual side of you and allowed healing to take place. And you may have forgiven yourself as well. Sagittarius energy. A lot of change. It's like someone wanted to see you suffer. But you've already, yeah, like they put you through a lot. And it's like they wanted you to give up on life or give up on yourself. Give up on your new beginnings. Give up on even having a beginning. Or even creating something new for yourself. Someone wanted you to give up on that. So they held back resources, held back finances, held back truth, true feelings. They held back on you, collective. Somebody held back. You yourself could be an earth sign or a fire sign. But it was a long, it's like, yeah, it's like someone refused to allow themselves to energetically connect with you in order to create stability, create something healthy. Far as relationship, okay? It's not what they wanted to do. But whatever they did, whatever decisions they made that were negative, whatever negative energies they embodied, is something that's basically self-sabotaging concerning them and their own energy. Yeah. Someone who lives in fear. Everything they do is based off of fear. How they carry themselves, the things that they, do. The way that they operate, decisions that they make, the way that they live, how they treat people. Everything is based on fear. It springs from fear. And this is a way that they may have been brought up. They could have been brought up this way. Their upbringing. And this is a person that has a hard time balancing out their energy. Their dark and their light. Because see, everybody has a dark side, right? So this is a person who has a hard time balancing out. So you got that dark, that black horse and that white horse, right? That's polarity. That's the dark side and that's the light side to life, right? And this person has a hard time balancing that within themselves. They're the good and the evil, the bad, the ugly, right? The righteous, the not so righteous, right? They have an imbalancement. They have a hard time balancing those energies. And so it reverts to bad behavior. Again, I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me. I'm going to ghost you before you ghost me. I will hold back emotions. I will be emotionally unavailable, right? And it's not that the person don't care. They don't know how to love correctly. This is something, like I said, learned behavior. This is something this person probably dealt with as a child to where they didn't receive much love, much affection, or they dealt with a parent that didn't have a lot of integrity. They didn't keep their word, right? Broken promises, unstable household, broken home. That's probably where this person came from energetically from childhood. And this is something you may have allowed yourself to see with the hangman. And that's why you were in a forgiving energy with them. Not that it makes it right, but you know, that's just where they're coming from. It doesn't give them an excuse, but this is something you may have picked up with this person. You saw this concerning this person, collective, how they held back, even though they did you wrong with the nine of wands energy. They got you feeling like, you know, you wanna, you know, give up because you already been through a lot here. So this is someone who wants to actually give up, but yet they persevered and they pushed through, and they've been beat up by life, and they suffered a lot of heartache, they suffered a lot of stress, a lot of drama, and yet pushing through life. So it's like this person wanted you to suffer these negative energies, including, you know, not having enough, being in lack or lack mentality or lack mindset, scarcity mindset. And this person wanted to they probably projected that energy upon you, and this is where they wanted you to be. This is how they wanted you to feel. Especially if this person ghosted you. But see, I feel like you had the clarity you needed, and so what it did is like it caused you to heal like within. I feel like it caused you to go within and do some healing and some thinking and introspection and soul searching or whatever you want to call it. You were doing these things, and this is something that caused you to see things differently for yourself, to where you may have decided to take some kind of a leap of faith or some kind of a risk or do something different or go to a different place. Something you've never done before is what you chose to do with the Fool card. And there could definitely be travel involved, to where you're traveling and you're just basically nurturing and loving yourself. This is self-love here. That's why I said healing. Bottom of the deck, Four of Swords, healing. Self-love, nurturing self, governing self, taking care of yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, okay, as the Queen of Cups. And this person in the future energy, this person is going to try to travel towards you. They want to come towards you with this Chariot, but this is something that it's like I feel like you're going to stop this person right in their tracks, and it's your justice to do so. And it could very well be someone that is this King of Wands, okay? Whether you're dealing with a earth sign, or you are an earth sign, or you're dealing with a fire sign, or you could be the fire sign. Take it how it resonates, but this is this King of Wands trying to come back in. And but see, they want to make something fair, maybe balance some things out with you, but I don't feel like that's the way this is going to go. I feel like with this Empress here, because you're showing up collective as the Empress with the Death card, there's definitely a lot of change here, definitely a lot of transformation, but it's going to change this person too. They're going to end up in this energy, but not because you're going to allow them back in. I feel like they're going to end up in this energy simply because you're going to shut them out. And it's like you're going to force them to see themselves. That's where the transformation is going to happen in this person's life. Because you're going to force them to see themselves. Because so you got to think about it. A King of Wands could very well be a potential counterpart for an Empress. But I feel like in this energy, not someone who refuses to heal. This person needs healing in many ways than one. See, you've done healing. You're in Empress energy now, right? So, yeah, see, you've done a lot of growth here, spiritual growth, right? And a lot of healing. This person has a long way to go. They haven't gotten this far yet. They're not on the same page as you. They're not on the same level as you. Okay? But we're going to see what all is going to happen here so far. You have the Ace of Cups collective, the Three of Swords. I told you this person caused the Three of Swords energy. I felt like that. You have the Seven of Swords. Well, that's 10 swords right there. Then you have the Two of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, where you created the boundaries and standing your ground, protecting your energy from this person. I already told you, you went within. Yeah, Hermit is here. You definitely have done a lot of soul searching and healing on yourself first. And see, that's why you will attract that same love, because the work, you put in the work. And now we have the Five of Cups. This person is in regret because they just didn't provide justice to you. They didn't treat you right. They didn't give you what you deserved. And they had the resources. They had the finances. They had the things that you needed. And they watched you suffer. Like on purpose. They watched you. Okay? They watched you suffer. They watched you suffer. This is what they watched. They had the space. They had a choice. The choice to do right by you. They had the choice to give help to you, to provide the resources, be it mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally. They refused. And now this is their energy. And the thing is, this person being in the energy of ghosting you first, breaking your heart first, lying to you, abandoning you if that's what they did, leaving you, no explanation, no understanding, no conversation, no type of, communication that would make sense. If that's the way they did it, well, that would be their karma. That's what they chose to do. And they could have not done this on purpose, but too fearful to do something different. This is learned behavior with this person. So instead of saying, okay, I'm not going to ghost the collective, I'm not going to hurt the collective, this may have happened to me when I was younger, or I dealt with this energy before and the collective is different, so I'm not going to treat the collective this way. I'm not going to hold back on the collective. I want to help. I want to give. I want to do right. This not the decision this person made. They decided to do the total opposite. I see you need my help. I'm not going to help you. I'm going to watch you struggle. I see you, could use my help on this, or my help in that area, or you may need some finances at this time and you may need some help. And I have more than enough to give you, to share with you. And instead of this person doing that, they did the total opposite. The total opposite. And it's like, on one hand, they knew what they were doing. On the other hand, it's a little out of control, a little bit out of their control, if you will, because I feel like this person learned this in their childhood when it comes to abandonment, when it comes to having no emotions, when it comes to not compromising, not being responsible, not taking accountability, or these are the negative traits that they may have picked up because they may have saw this when they were younger in the home from a father figure or whoever they were raised by. They may have saw this person in their home as a child manipulate their way through with the person they were with. They may have saw them, lie to them, disappear for a few days, not show up, not come back. This could be some of them. This is their own parent that they witnessed did this to a mother figure or a father figure. And they grew up in the house with this person that did this same thing. So this is learned behavior. They ghosted, didn't help, didn't pull their weight, didn't help and provide the resources the way they were supposed to provide, especially if it was a man. If you're a female watching and there's a guy that you dealt with that was in this energy with this King of Wands down here, okay, because this person is being left in this Five of Cups energy. So with this King of Wands, maybe they want to come bring justice. But see, this person, like I said, they probably grew up in a house where they saw a mother figure or a father figure being mistreated like this. Someone sitting back watching the parent do all the work and not lending a hand, not putting in, not bringing the fair share to the table. They may have witnessed this and they saw to where maybe this worked for this person. Maybe this person had more than the other person because they refused to give to the other person. So they were stacking theirs while the other person suffered and did without. Went with they were in lack or whatever. So this person grew up thinking it was okay to be that way because they saw this same energy portrayed in their household. They saw the same energy being played out when they were younger by whoever they grew up with or whoever raised them. So when a person experienced that, they really think that it's okay to be that way, and that's why they grow up like that until they realize that that's wrong. I shouldn't be that way, or that's not the right way to be. I may have grew up this way. It takes a real stand-up person to realize I did this or I witnessed this as a child and I don't want to be this way. I want to be different. Especially if you grew up in a house with a parent that didn't help your mom or your dad. They didn't treat them equally or fairly, or they sat back and watched them do all the work and they didn't put forth the effort to do their part. If you grew up like that, you would want or should want to do different. Okay? That's like being a person who grew up in the family dynamic without the other parent. You grew up in a broken home. Well, if you grow up in a broken home, be it female or male, when you get grown or whatever and you have your own children, then your first instinct should be, right, not to have that broken home for your child. To have both the parents for the child. It don't always work out that way, but the intention is to have both parents. So my child don't experience that broken home the way I did. You would think that people would think that way. And a lot of times people don't. They learn it, they grow up with it, so that's what they dish out when they get into relationships. I was ghosted, I was abandoned, so that's what I'm going to do to you. I got broken, so I'm going to break you now. Okay, this is the energies that people continue to project. Instead of trying to change, they become conformed to those energies, and so they become bitter and they do it to other people. So this King of Wands probably did this in the past to you, caused this Three of Swords energy, right? This Nine of Wands energy. And you more than likely got fed up with that and you begin to block this person out. Stand up for yourself. Create boundaries. Okay? Speak up for yourself. Some of you may have had to speak up for yourself as well. So what you did was here, you just pretty much worked on yourself, worked on your craft, held your energy back because this person was holding back from you. You saw them in a different light because of the love you may have had for them and the hope and faith in them changing or becoming better. Okay, but yet and still, you may have sacrificed a lot and given to this person with this hangman energy. But you're also seeing things from a different perspective. Even though you can see through this person, you forgave. Okay, and so what this did for you, collective, is it opens up a new door for you where things will go in your favor. Whatever this person did, that's on them. That's their karma. They have to deal with it. But if they cause any havoc in your life, any hurt, harm, any type of heartbreak, if they cause instability, lack mindset, lack mentality because they held back resources or didn't provide the way they should have, be it male or female, we all have a responsibility, especially in a relationship and a commitment, especially if it's a family dynamic. We do have responsibility. We both, two people in a relationship, you both have a responsibility of keeping that relationship healthy, keeping that relationship solid or stable, right? So when one person decides they're going to be childish and I'm going to ghost you and I'm going to watch you suffer and I'm going to watch you and I don't want to see you with anything, I don't want to see you have anything, they make you feel stuck, they make you feel trapped or lost or feel alone or making you feel like you're not good enough, you're not worthy or something like that. That's basically their own karma. So this King of Wands is probably someone who made you feel like this in the past. This is their energy currently, or it will be. You, however, You are this Queen of Cups. You have went within with the Hermit. You have seen whatever truths you need to see. You have really provided closure for yourself. You didn't ask for closure from this person, or you will not. You just simply provided closure for yourself. Went in another direction. Whatever beginnings you had, you went with that. And you just blocked this person out, or you created the boundaries. And I feel like you just went about your way. That's how I feel. Now this person wants to come and express. Now they want to provide something I feel tangibly fair. That's how I feel. But the problem here is that you're not having it. You're not with it. You're the Queen of Swords. This is where they have you now. You're the Queen of Swords. So this person comes toward you. You'll probably hear them out if they decide to share the truth or give any clarity. But then I feel like you're not looking for that. You're just shutting them out completely. You're cutting them off. That's how I feel. Because you're not going to deal with the manipulation or any kind of deception. That's what you're not going to deal with. Them being deceiving. Yet not wanting to take accountability, right? Not wanting to see the error, the error of their ways when it comes to this King of Wands. When it comes to, I just got this ghosting energy that I feel. I just feel like there's a ghosting energy here to where this person likes to ghost. Or they disappear for a few days and they come back like nothing ever happened, right? And this is where this Three of Swords energy coming from. This is where this Nine of Wands energy is coming from. And so I feel like there's been betrayal here as well, because you have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. That's not only deception, but betrayal, okay? And like I said, I feel like you're about to end this situation because you've already chose a different path, and you've already, you're pretty much, I feel like you've outgrown this person too. See, because you're going to end it here, and then you have the Empress. This is your energy, along with the Two of Wands. So you could be very well at this time, you could be really honing in on your spirituality, right? And you could also be discovering spiritual gifts with the Hermit being here, okay? You could be discovering spiritual gifts as well. This is something that's going to help you to create, even if it is creating something tangible that will bring in a lot of abundance for you. You're in a very creative mode, an energy of developing yourself, and yet learning certain things about yourself as well. And you're not going to let anyone detour you from taking that path. There's a path you're choosing. And I feel like your mind is made up. So you're cutting things out that don't serve you. You're cutting things out that don't align with you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, energetically. If it doesn't align with you, you're getting rid of it, Queen of Swords. And that's your justice. It's you balancing out the scales. You being balanced as the Empress. This is Empress energy showing up for you here. So someone is a divine here. Divine feminine energy, okay? So I feel like when it comes to stability, you are very much into that energy, or you will be, okay? Some of you, if it's anything legal going on concerning this person, if they owe you anything, if there's any legal contracts that may have been signed or may have come up, or even if you were getting a divorce from this person, whatever it is, it's going to go in your favor. Justice is here. Whatever it is, you're going to have clarity. Ace of Swords is here. Whatever it is. Okay? Yeah, so no more sleepless nights, no more anxiety or worry or pushback when it comes to any negativity from this person. I feel like this person is thinking that they can come back into your life some kind of way. They're thinking that they could be a choice of yours at this time. And I feel like they're going to be very disappointed because the Death card is here and the Two of Wands. And that's the thing. You're ending this completely. Like I said, you may hear this person out, but you're ending this energy. You're putting an end to this King of Wands. You're ending the energy. You're disconnecting, in other words. You are totally disconnecting from this King of Wands. Because for one, they don't match your energy. It's a king, not an emperor. And if they had any potential, they messed that up, if you will. They messed that up. If they had any potential to become an emperor in your life, they messed that up. because of what they did here in the past. That's what you had to block out. You may even had to speak some words and stand up for yourself or speak up for yourself with this person. Okay? But you're putting an end to all of this energy with this King of Wands. There's a lot of healing here for you, and I feel like you're going to continue to heal. But no more anxiety, no more sleepless nights. Someone here may suffer from insomnia. Am I saying it right? And insomnia, where you have a hard time sleeping. Sometimes you don't sleep at all. Know that you are protected at this time. Yeah, you are protected. I feel like this King of Wands could be coming around. They want attention. Not sincere. They want attention. Okay? This is a person that needs to heal. This is a person who, it's like they need a second chance in life, and they really don't know how to get that off the ground. Like, they don't know the first thing to do. And this would be someone who you couldn't possibly like just give them some good advice, because they just may not take it well coming from you. A lot of times when a person calls 3 of Swords energy, 7 of Swords energy, 10 of Swords energy in your life, they don't want to hear any advice from the very person they tried to hurt. They don't want to hear any advice from the very person they tried to break. Okay? So this person could be in rejection mode when it comes to any kind of advice. Or even if in the past you tried to advise this person or talk to this person or compromise, it just wasn't registering. It did not register. Okay? So no more sleepless nights and worries. Okay? If you invest anything, it will be investment within yourself. And this person more than likely wants a second chance with you. They want to try to, I don't know, revive the moment. Or they may even say they want to create stability with you and they want to grow with you. This person could have been dealing with other people as well. And they probably even thought that they could find someone to compare to you. Or they may even have tried in the past to put you in competition as well with other people. A very childish-like energy. That's why I say King of Wands. This is somebody who's more than likely very self-centered. And they love, when I say love, attention, and very flirty. This is stuff that caused a lot of arguments, burdens, anxiety, some suffering. Yes. Because this is the King of Wands you probably was in a relationship with for like a long time. It probably was a commitment. It probably was definitely a commitment in the past. And you probably saw mostly the potential in this person, but you also probably realized they were full of ish. Somebody who likes to play the field. They probably are very attractive, right? They may look younger than they really are. They may look really young for their age. And this is somebody who they love competing. They love being competitive. They like to produce competition. They may even like to argue, okay? But this is stuff that caused burden. It didn't help any family dynamic. It didn't make anything more solid, more sufficient, right? More real, more tangible, more complete, more wholesome. No, it was the total opposite. And I feel like you call judgment on this person too. Excuse me. That's how I feel. I feel like you call judgment on this person. And now they have to give an account for how they treated you. And if they don't be true to anyone else, they must be true to themselves. And this is something they have to sit with. And I feel like collective, that's something this person is not ready for. Facing their own demons. Okay? I don't think they're ready for that. Okay? Yeah, you're moving on. 6 of Swords, yeah. You're moving on. You have overcome a lot of illusion, the energy of illusions. You've you've overcome a lot of energy of frustration, conflict. You've overcome a lot of obstacles, challenges dealing with this person. Like I said, it could be somebody who tried to put you in competition. Could be someone who's low-key envious of you as well. They could be coming around just to prove a point, just to get back into your energy, to one-up you. You know, sometimes people do that. This person could have a bit of a narcissistic type of energy as well. Well, people will do that. They'll come back into your life just to get in good with you, just to hurt you. Okay, creating illusions, because the Seven of Cups is here. Creating illusions, and a lot of confusion going on. And like I said, this is someone who they really want your attention, but it's not for the right reasons. The Chariot is showing up twice. You've overcome a lot of obstacles, okay, and a lot of challenges. And it's just time to get off the roller coaster. It's like this person they wanted you to stay on an emotional roller coaster. That's that song I'm hearing, emotional roller coaster. Emotional. Yeah. Loving you ain't nothing healthy. Yeah. Okay. Emotional roller coaster. I think that's a song. But this person operated a lot from the shadow side. This is somebody who they know they need to change, but they don't want to. They would rather sit and act like you owe them something than to change. They'll rather sit in regret than to change. But they do feel a definite loss when it comes to you, collective. Five of Cups showing up twice. And you're definitely the star. You're the one. Five of Cups showing up twice, two different decks, but you're definitely the star. Definitely. You're the star. You're the one. The healed one. Right? So this King of Wands is not on your level. You've outgrown this person. Yeah. That's the next card. Very toxic. Lover, yeah. Somebody that they don't want to grow. They don't want to grow. But they want things to stay the same. Yeah. Definitely. They don't want to grow. They like being toxic. They like it. They actually like it. Yeah. Some of you, this is a mama's boy, mama's girl. Somebody who likes to start a lot of conflict and then they have other people outside of y'all involved. This is what you probably dealt with in the past. I feel like you're separated from this person now. And I feel like they want to come back in, but they're not going to provide clarity. And that's what's going to cause you to cut them off. That's what's going to also cause you to end this whole situation once and for all. It's going to be ended. You're going to end it once and for all. Okay? So collective, I hope that this brought some kind of clarity to you. I hope that it was helpful overall. Right? And I just hope that it resonated. Yeah. I hope it resonated for you. Okay? Hope it brought clarity. This is over for this person. It's over for them. You, on the other hand, I feel like there's a spiritual path for you, collective. Until next time, take care.